Hi you guys, welcome to another core yoga quickie. This is a sequence that I love to do after I run. So it's short and it kind of takes care of the tightness that I feel after doing repetitive movement like running. So big back body opening, front of the hip, shoulders, and some spinal rotation just to counter some of that repetitive movement from running. Starting in downward facing dog. This is always where I kind of start. I finish my run, I come home, and I land in this shape in my room. And it's just a way to free up that whole back line. So I just feel into this for a few breaths. Press your hands and feet down, draw up through your center, and then you can start to pedal the feet, so bicycle the legs, and put some hip swing into it. This feels good. You can sort of get into the outer hip and glutes. Rolling through the feet, right? Plantar fascia, freeing up that tissue and getting into your big toe hinge. And step your right foot around the right hand. Lower the left knee, coming into a lizard lunge. Top of the left foot presses down. Feel the low left belly engage so that front hip is lifted a little bit. Arm circles, left arm or right arm reaches up, back, and around. You can always put a block under your left hand. But just feel this as a way to start to mobilize the shoulder, the chest, the upper back. Bring some spinal rotation in, and also freeing and stretching the front of the left hip and thigh. And we'll add the quadricep stretch. Right arm reaches back, bend the back knee, catch your foot. If that's not available, that's fine. You can just keep your right hand on the right knee. Otherwise, press your foot into your hand. The hand pushes back a little bit to help you turn. Gives you leverage to rotate from your ribs. The low belly is lifting. The feet are pulling towards each other energetically. And you're leaning back. From that left knee all the way up across the body to your right shoulder. Just feel that line of energy. And then release. Coming into pyramid. Step the back foot in about halfway. Feet are in their own lane. Knees can be bent. Hands can be on blocks. Do what works for you. Press your feet down and apart the long way. Lengthen the spine like a half lift to just find that extra space through your spine. And then fold. Keep the feet pressing down and apart. Draw the low belly up. And let the head hang. Breathing into this whole back release. I like to kind of wiggle around here, finding shimmies in the ribs, like shimmy the ribs side to side. Whatever feels good. If you've been running, it's been pretty repetitive, so finding some creative and kind of dynamic movement here in your stretches can feel really good. Good. Then you'll bend the front knee a little bit so you can turn to your left side lunge. Parallel the feet, sit back into the left hip, and then you'll go side to side lunges. So this is a lateral movement of the hips, super healthy for hip functioning well. The low belly is lifted, and just getting energy moving in the groins and the base of the pelvis and the inner legs. And come back around to the front, step the left foot forward, come into Malasana, just a deep squat. Put a block under your butt if you need to, or if you just want to. Bring the back of the hands to the ground, wiggle your fingers, just putting in some hand and wrist mobility here. It's always good. In this deep squat, you're flexing at the ankles, the knees, and the hips, just retaining the mobility of your leg joints. Take a forward fold. Lift the hips, parallel the feet, shake out your thighs. Maybe sway the hips. Let the spine kind of swing. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Engage your legs, engage your glutes and your abdominals. Keep all that lower down. Point your toes, pull back for cobra. Chest wall open, the low belly is engaged, your glutes are engaged. And then release. Downward facing dog. Go through that beginning stuff again. Pedal the feet, let the hips sway. Keep your arms reaching and strong. The belly and the ribs lift so you're stretching your back from the strength of the front. The left foot steps wide. Lower the right knee, lizard lunge. Top of the right foot down. That helps engage the right buttocks and the low belly lifting. Circles with the left arm. Can be big or small. Just trace with your eyes. See your hand moving. One more. Then we'll add the quadriceps stretch. Bend the back knee, catch your foot. Push your foot and hand into each other. Keep that left shoulder moving down your back. Energetically, the right thigh bone is pulling up into the core of the body as you rotate your ribs. And then just trace it from the right knee up across the right hip, across the abdominals to the left side of the chest and shoulder. And then release. Step that back foot halfway forward. Pyramid. Feet press down and apart like you're stretching them out longer. Lengthen the spine as the hips pull back. And then fold. Just breathe with it. Let the head release. Maybe shake out your neck. Shin bones, thigh bones, pressing back. Low belly lifting. The head is releasing down. Big breaths into your back. Tiny bend in the front knee. Quarter turn to your right to parallel your feet. Right side lunge. Glide your chest forward as the hips pull back and go back and forth with your lateral lunges. Push the feet. Transfer that energy from one leg to the other. Let your arms start to swing a little bit. Maybe the fingers brush the floor. Let the spine move side to side. And then lunge to the front. Step that right foot forward and wide. Come into your squat. Back of the hands on the ground. Wiggle the fingers. Let your hips get real heavy. And now start to walk the hands forward. Flex your spine. Let the head hang. So you're rounding a little bit. Big breaths into your back. Forward fold. Keep the hands down. Lift your hips. Shake out the thighs. Sway. Plant your hands under your shoulders. Step or hop back to plank. Lower. Cobra or up dog if you want. Activate your legs, your abdominals. Your chest is lifting, the head is lifting. Pull back to down dog. Lower your knees. Sit back onto your heels. Bring your hands to prayer to the heart. Just closing out our movement adventures with just a moment leaning into the wisdom of the heart. Release the arms, open the eyes. Thank you. Check it out. Leave a comment. And I'll see you next time.